What's up, everyone? Welcome to Target Focus Life. Today we have a sporting clay over-under. It is the Fabarm Elos N2 RS Sporting. And you know it's gonna be a good one because the name is so incredibly long. So if you're looking for a detailed and in-depth review, you come to the right place. Let's go! Hello everyone, welcome to Target Focus Life. I'm glad you joined us today. We have a sporting clay gun that is a great kind of mid-tier budget option. MSRP of the Elos N2 RS Sporting, I don't know what we're gonna call it for short, but that is way too long, is $37.50. Now, if you're a left-handed shooter and you want the left palm swell, you're gonna pay an extra 200 bucks. I'm excited about this gun. Fabarm sent me this. I was really talking with them about a sporting clay gun, kind of the difference between the Summit, Caesar Greeny Summit, and the Fabarm Elos N2 RS Sporting. We're just gonna call it the RS from here on out. Or the Elos, or the N2, or yeah, we're gonna call it something. And there's a lot of similarities. The action's a little bit different. What Fabarm told me is you're getting a lot of bang for the buck in this gun. Still very solid platform for significantly less money. So I was excited to try it out because when we reviewed the Summit, I absolutely loved it. If you saw that, I was down in Texas with Travis Mears, and since that day I've said, I want a Summit. I still haven't gotten one. But I was also curious to try this out because we hadn't reviewed it. Let's jump into the specs of this shotgun. It is a 12 gauge shotgun. They're only available in 12 gauge, 30 or 32 inch barrels, I believe. It's got this Turkish walnut, oil rubbed finish. It looks beautiful. Adjustable comb, we'll look at the dimensions of that in a second. But I'm curious about the weight. Just holding it in the hands, it doesn't feel heavy to me, which I like a little heavier feeling sporting clay gun. It feels a little light out front. Let's just kind of look at the balance where that falls. It's actually a little forward heavy, which is not what I felt in the hands. Interesting. Feels good, mounts nice. To me, it swings a little bit quick. I wish it was a little bit smoother. We do have the vented side rib, vented top rib, 30-inch barrels, like I mentioned. Really curious on what this weighs. I have had quite a bit of experience with this shotgun. I actually took it out to a charity shoot not that long ago and tried it out. 8 pounds, 4 ounces is what we're coming at right now. Felt lighter in the hands, which is okay. Everyone's got a different preference on that. I like a little heft out front. Let's take a look at the length of pull on this shotgun. 14, real close to 7/8. So it's a little bit longer length of pull, which you generally find on sporting clay guns. Fits me pretty decently with my shooting style. I like the length, but keep that in mind. Of course, you could always cut it down a little bit. Could always make it longer. It's easy to make it longer. As far as the drop, it does have the adjustable comb, and one thing I found is I really like this micrometric 3D system. I've actually never played with these on a Fabarm, but I tried to get this one set up as close as I could to fit me well. I love their system for making adjustments. It's solid, it's simple, really a big fan of that. By the way, this black comb on top, if you're wondering if it's rubber, if it's plastic, it's actually a piece of walnut. It's just with a black finish over the top of it. Taking a look at the trigger. Ooh, that feels pretty good. That was nice and crisp, light trigger. I'm gonna say that first trigger pull is 3.5 to 4 pounds, but let's not take my word for it because I've proven that's not too good. 3.5 to 4 pounds was my guess. Oh, 3 pounds, 8.5 ounces. 3 pounds, 9 ounces. A little bit heavier, which is very typical. That second trigger pull being slightly heavier. We're still a sub 4 pound trigger. Let's take a look at the ergonomics of this shotgun. It's got a micro cell recoil pad, adjustable comb as we talked about. By the way, if you look at the comb, you'll see that I have this set up to be closer to a parallel comb. It's still not a parallel comb, but there's quite a bit of drop in this gun right out of the box. I adjusted it so there wasn't as much drop That's what the Cesar Guarini gunsmith actually recommended I try, since I told him I was getting punched in the face. Also, I put a little bit of cast on. I have a narrow face. I brought the comb over a little bit, so now I'm centered over that rib. Nice palm swell. I think this gun feels great in the hands. I reached the trigger nicely, but even if I didn't, the trigger is adjustable. With an Allen key, you can slide the trigger back and forth. This one fits me really nice. I like the checkering. For a gun of this dollar amount, I think it's got great looking wood, great finish, and I love the receiver too. If you look in here closely at the receiver, they have some nice detailed, it's kind of sporty looking with a little bit of blue flash in there. The top lever has some of that same detail on top. We do have a top tang safety with barrel selector. The barrel selector is a little bit more challenging than I'd expect, but the safety, that is easy. That works nice. Top lever, no texture on the top lever, but it has like a contour to it, and it's operates really, really nice. This gun is still pretty stiff. I don't know if I got 300 rounds through it maybe, and it's still pretty stiff. I've cleaned it, I've greased it. It's got a nice matte black finish on the barrels. We have a flat vented rib that is tapered. I believe it goes from 10 millimeters to 8 millimeter taper rib. Silver mid bead, ivory front bead, perfect, just like I like it. It is a sweet looking gun. Of course, it comes with choke tubes. It comes with the Exus HP hyperbolic choke system. What does all that mean? It's way above my pay grade, but basically they create the chokes to be synergistic, I don't know if that's the word, with the barrel so everything works together. Well, we're gonna try that. We're gonna try to shoot the pattern plate here in just a minute, see how it patterns. I got mod on the bottom, improved mod on the top, and we'll kind of get an idea of our point of impact. Of course, point of impact, you guys have said, a lot of people have said, you'd like me to test point of impact in these reviews. The challenge with that is, one, from gun to gun, that could vary a little bit, and two, it depends on your head placement. So if generally my head sits a little higher than yours does or lower, that's gonna change variation of the shot point of impact. But we'll do it anyways. Ergonomics, great in the hands. Not a lot of contour, not really much of any contour on the forend, but it is a nice looking forend. It feels good. I like a little bit of contour, honestly, but I'm not gonna make a big gripe about that. Let's go ahead and put our ears on. We're gonna look at recoil and reliability, but we'll also look at point of impact. All right, we're gonna shoot the middle, bottom barrel. We're about 30 yards away, shooting a modified. I would say that's a 60-40, maybe a 7, that looks more like a 70-30. Now we're going improved modified, top barrel. That was closer to a 50-50. Of course, there's all sorts of variation in this type of stuff. Was I moving? We'd have to do this repeatedly. I like the improved mod pattern a whole lot better. But either way, they're pretty good. We're not gonna get detailed into testing patterns, and I'm not gonna tell you that it's gonna shoot a true 60-40 or 50-50. My head placement's different. The way I've adjusted my comb's different. The way I sight the gun is different. But we are gonna test recoil and reliability. We're gonna put some rounds down range. Reliability, not a whole lot we can test other than does it fire, do the ejectors work? But let's look at recoil. I always like to start this by dry firing just to see the feel of the gun. I noticed if I'm a little loose with this gun, I do get a good pop. As you can see there, I was holding pretty firm, took it straight back into the shoulder. It felt pretty good. Once I got this gun adjusted, it started feeling a whole lot better. Handles recoil pretty well. We're shooting 1 1/8 ounce, which is as much as you're gonna be shooting at targets anyways. 11:45, so they are a little bit on the slower side. Ooh, crushed it. That felt great. Yeah, nice. And one more for a good measure. Let's try a long one. The number 4 bird. It's about a 40-yard shot, not super long, but long enough. Come up, slows down. There we go. Got the top side, then I picked it up. I still feel a little bit more recoil than I feel like I should. And I don't know what that is. If it's the gun fit or what it is, still getting a little bit in my face, but it feels a lot better. I've enjoyed shooting this gun, getting to learn it. Let's just break it down real quick. Look at the quality of build. We just got a lever right there. Pop the fore end off and the barrels. And we'll take a look at the receiver. It's kind of your standard over-under receiver. It looks like the machining is really nice on this. The bolt, the locking bolt, goes all the way across the bottom and then locks into our block. We got the 4 lugs on the bottom to help transfer recoil, to make the gun just feel solid. I guess the one thing I'm curious about is why it's so stiff as well. The ejectors are strong. Maybe it's still loosening up a little bit. But oh man, when that goes back together, like, they are put together well, these Fabarms. I feel like when that just clicks there at the end, nice and tight, feels great, looks great. Quality of build, I don't think is any concern on this gun. I think this gun is for somebody that wants a real good quality sporting clay gun, doesn't want to get up into that $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 range. This is it. I think it's a great option. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you think of Fabarm? What do you think of the Elos N2 RS Sporting? I do gotta say, I'm still dreaming about that Summit, the Caesar Greeny Summit. But if you don't want to drop that kind of coin, I think this is a great alternative. Lots of good features, solid gun. Fabarm does a nice job, in my opinion. Well, there you have it, guys. It is the Fabarm Elos N2 RS Sporting. A name so long, I have to look at the receiver to make sure I get it right. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have experience with this shotgun, we would love to hear it. Put it down in the comments below, because when you share, we all learn and we all get better. Remember, whether you're in the field or in life, you're only gonna hit those shots you're laser focused on. So live target focused. See ya.